everyone. Okay, so we are doing story time today. Story time. You guys have been asking me to do story time for a long time, but I'm gonna do it. And I have my products here. I'm gonna do my face. I hope you don't mind while I do this story time. Okay, so before I do that, I know I've been doing that Neutrogena abrasion stuff on my face, and my face has been looking much better. It's the bumps that I have had on my face, especially after the winter time, has really improved. If you look at it, you can see it's much clearer compared to how it was in that video. And if you're wondering what the video is, the video, I'll pop up the video up there. This is the Neutrogena stuff I've been using, and you just take this pad of hair, you wet it and you put it on hair, and then use it to scrub your face, and it's supposed to make your face clearer and reduce wrinkles. And then I do it once a week, and then in the night time, every night I'm using the Neutrogena Triple Age Repair, and I do like this product right over here. I do like it. I do find it very nourishing for my skin. So in the morning, after washing my face, I would use my True Moringa oil, and I've been using this now for years. And this is True Moringa oil, and this is also the one that my daughter started using. She got her own, so she uses that. So let's start off with this makeup. For my lips, I'm going to be using almond oil on my lips. I've really kept my lips really natural and not so, what do you call it? Not clogged up with any petroleum products or stuff of that sort. So this really helps like nourish my lips. So story time. Are we ready? So this is the thing with, when did this happen? So I am not my daughter. I'm sorry if I'm not looking at you. I'm trying to look at the mirror. I'm not a mother, okay? So I am not a mother, and that is not a clickbait. That is what happened during this story time, and I'll explain to you. It happened when Eniola, my daughter, when she was a baby. So what happened was that we went, usually in Houston, if you live in Houston, you know that Houston is kind of divided in what regions, like north side, east side, west side. And what happens is that people that are predominantly Nigerians, a lot of them focus on the southwest side. So if you go to Houston and you're like, oh, I want to know where to find Nigerian food, you can go to the southwest side and find your Nigerian food. Okay, I'm blind as a bat, I can't really see myself, but you can find Nigerian foods there. And that is where you'll find a lot of Nigerian churches. If you're looking to hang out, have parties, you'll find it there. Now, this was the Revlon color stay that I use, 410, and I'm using MAC concealer. So when we first moved to Houston, about nearly 15 years ago, my daughter and my husband and I, we usually attend a Nigerian church. And you guys are very familiar with that Nigerian church, you know, the most popular, Redeem, you know. And we attend that church, and we will drive like an hour to get there. So we wake up really early in the morning, we end up going there, and my daughter was just maybe like a few weeks old when we started going there. And then, you know, we went there for, I want to say like over a year. We attended that church. It was a lot of work, you know, getting ready, going to a church, and then we spent all day with my husband's friends all over Houston, roaming around and stuff. And usually they always have this party going on. Niger, we like shishe. That's doing. There's always an area, you know, party going on. So we get to go, you know. I mean, it's fun and it's nice. But the thing about me, if you know me well, I'm a very laid back person. I don't like stress in my life. I don't like stress when it comes to getting ready, wearing clothes. I don't like looking like everyone. I mean, there's some things that some people will say, oh, you have to wear Naija, Gele, Buba, all that stuff. And for me, sometimes I just like throwing on a skirt and a blouse or wearing a dress, and I'll be fine with that. So on this particular day, first of all, went to church. And since I have a brand new baby, I try not to, where's my primer? Let me get my primer. This is my eye primer, e.l.f. You know, if you guys have seen my makeup is pretty much the same thing. I keep it very simple. I don't use a lot of layers. My husband was watching a makeup video with me the other day, and it was like, too much stuff. And I'm like, what if I put all this baking, concealer, contouring in my face? It was like, well, you're not going out with me, because I won't recognize how you look like. And that's what I always tell people. I always say, keep your makeup simple, you know, and I tell my daughter that, you know, since she wears powder and foundation like once in a blue moon. So anyway, so we went to this church, and first thing first, I sat at the back and I wore my skirt and blouse. She Iwani. So I'm sitting down there with Eniola, and you guys know Eniola doesn't look like me so much, she looks like her father. So I'm sitting down there, and there's a lady that comes to sit down by me, and then she's looking at me, you know, and usually when I'm somewhere, I don't talk a lot unless you talk to me. I'm kind of like an introvert like that, but once you talk to me, I start talking. So I didn't talk much, but I'm doing powder. Told you nothing much to my makeup. So I didn't talk much. So this lady came to sit by me, and she looked at me. She's like, oh, fine, baby. I said, thank you. And she just kept on looking at me, And then she started talking with her friend. And she started speaking Yoruba, okay, talking to her friend. And I was listening to what he was saying, but I was not trying, you know when you're listening to what somebody's saying, I'm not trying to listen. I was listening to what she was saying, but I was not trying to listen. So she was just talking about my baby, Eniola, and during that time, Eniola, she had eczema in her face, so she had her face was a little bit, different shades, and she was saying stuff. I just tried to ignore it because I was not ready to fight anybody. So I said, okay, fine. And then after church, so that was one thing that kind of got my nerves. So after church, we went to a friend's house, and at that friend's house, they had a party, right? So I'm sitting there with Eniola, I'm just feeding her, and some people come to sit next to me. So the eyeshadow I'm using is the Color Pop. Okay, Fortune. I like the palette a lot. It's very my taste, you know. So yeah, so I was sitting down there. As I said, I went to this party, right? And I was sitting there, and I was not really associated with people because I didn't know them, and they all were wearing their really pretty Nigerian outfit, and I was wearing my skirt and blouse, you know, and just dressing. When I say skirt and blouse, I mean very casual, nice slack, nice top, whatever. And I was taking care of Eniola as usual because she was just a baby. So I'm putting this color first. Let's say this one first. Okay, so I'm right there, and I'm trying to take care of Eniola, and the people start talking. And they're like, one more year. That means look at that child. And I said, and I'm not paying attention. And they come to me and they say, oh, your baby. And they say, no, they don't say your. They say, oh, that baby looks beautiful. Oh. And I said, thank you. And then they start talking. And they said, in Yoruba, talking to themselves. And they're like, no wonder, my mama, you know, this and that and that. And they start saying stuff. When I mean stuff that I don't feel like repeating, they start saying stuff, and they start saying, we can't wash, they need to do something about her face, blah, 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 you know. And just, you know how people always have opinion, they always have opinion, and you know, opinion is like belly button, you have one, I got one, you know. So they start talking, they start saying, oh, you know, you can't wash, you know, they need to do something about her face, just talking. You know how people just be talking like diarrhea, you know, just people just be talking. So they keep on talking. So at one point they said some stuff in Yoruba that I was boiling. I was ready to tell my husband that, oh yeah, let's go. And they keep on talking, and after a while, you know, they said that nobody mama, even mama gongo kusimbi. You know, that means the way is her mother. Her mother is not even near, you know, whatever. At that point, because I know what I suffered to get this girl into the world, you know. So at that point, I just was just like, in Yoruba, I turned, I looked at them and I said, Emini mamai. That means I am a mother. So they're like, oh, sorry, auntie. Oh, we're so sorry. They started apologizing. I'm like, is it my fault that my daughter doesn't look 100% like me? So you'll be opening your mouth and just talking. So in my head, I'm saying that. I'm not saying that out because I have more class than that. So I'm just saying, this is how people will be talking about somebody else's child, but you don't know if the person you're talking about understands the language that you are saying. So you cannot just be using mouth to just talk and just say something. It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating because some people will say, okay, because I'm not dressed in the Nigerian attire, so they can just be saying whatever they want to say about my child. Excuse you. So I just told them, I'm like, oh, I'm a mother and stuff, and they started apologizing, and after that everybody was like, quiet. And they started apologizing and everything, and I was like, look at these people though. And I told my husband, and I said, that's the last time we are going. I mean, we did still go a couple of times, but it wasn't as, you know, relaxing as it was. So that was the instance when people were like, oh, you know, thinking that I'm not my daughter's mother, or I'm not the mother, my daughter's mother. I'm not the mother of Eniola. And I'm like, you know, the way people do, I tell you, the way people do really frustrates me. Just because I don't act like you, just because I don't dress like you, doesn't mean that I am not a Nigerian. I am not somebody's mother. In society, we have to be very careful not to judge people. We have to be very careful not to judge people. Oh, see, I'm trying to talk and put on my eyeliner. You guys, can I do it? Can I do it? I think I can. Let me. Oh, I can't. I've messed it up already. So now that I messed that one up, I have to fix this one to kind of make it seem as if it's the same. So I normally don't put this much eyeliner on my face, but oh well. Okay. So that's the story. Have you guys ever had a story like that where people have mistaken you for something, or people assume that you don't understand something, and then they try to cover up and stuff? I mean, that's happened to me in the elevator before, like people speaking Nigerian and just talking about me, people speaking like Nigerians speaking Yoruba and then talking about me, and I'm just like, I hear what you're saying, but I'm not gonna say anything because I got more class than that. So yeah, so my lipstick will be, I think I need a blush or something. Let me grab my blush, and I'm using this no-name brand palette. So I'm just gonna take, I've used this before, I got this off of Groupon. Just gonna take a little bit and kind of put it on my cheek area like that. So you see how I put on makeup. I don't use so much of it, just a little bit, and we want to do highlighting. Let's do highlighting today. Let's do a little bit of highlighting. Little glow doesn't hurt anybody. My glow is not so much. Some other people, they put highlight and you can see them from 1,000 miles. So we do need to be, we need to do more as a society and not be judging people. I mean, people get judged over every aspect of their life, and we've been on social media, we get judged even more. And that shouldn't be the case. Really, that shouldn't be the case. Let's put mascara. Did I drop something? Yes. Let's put mascara. And the mascara I'm using is from Essence. I've been liking their mascara lately. So, you know I'm not a makeup artist, so I just do what I do. I don't use lashes, false lashes. One day I'd like to just test out using false lashes, just for jokes. Nothing much. So the last thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my eyebrow. My eyebrow isn't, I don't know how to do eyebrow. My daughter keeps on telling me that, Mommy, you don't know how to do eyebrows. So I'm combing it, and according to my daughter, look at that, I put so much highlights. According to my daughter, I'm supposed to comb my eyebrow this way, and then come this way, and then go that way. So the way my lips, I just use my NYX, and I'm just gonna line my lips with it. Let's clean up a little bit. I always like to blend it really well. And then I'm also use that Essence lipstick. Essence, it's so cheap, it's like $2. But it lasts. I got it from Ulta. So just a little bit. So this is my simple makeup look. If you want to find out what I'm going to do with my hair, click that button that popped up, and also watch it right over here to see what I do with my hair on Discover Natural channel. If you've not been to Discover Natural channel, please check it out. Thank you so much for watching this, and I hope you guys enjoyed this quick story, not really quick, this story time. And if you want more, comment below, let us know what you want to watch, and we'll see you in another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.